Let's talk about binary stars. In simple terms, binary stars are two stars that are near each other. Binary stars, at a glance, are similar to double stars. Double stars have long since been talked about and seen in the sky. These are stars that appear to be next to each other. However, in reality, these stars could be many, many light years away from each other. Don't confuse binary stars with these double stars. Binary stars are stars that are actually physically next to each other. With these stars, whichever star is brighter is considered the primary, or A star, while the dimmer star gets the title of secondary, or B star. These two stars are going to be orbiting a common center of mass. As you can see, the common center of mass is going to be closer to the larger mass star. These binary stars are important to astronomers as they can be used to determine the mass of each star by analyzing their orbit around each other. So, how are these stars formed? There are two main ways that are theorized to be how binary stars are formed. The first way is called turbulent fragmentation. Turbulent fragmentation is when there is some turbulence in a star's forming core. This causes the creation of some dense clumps, which will ultimately collapse and form their own stars. This new star, or stars, winds up orbiting the original star. The second way these binary stars can form is called disk fragmentation. Disk fragmentation is caused by gravity becoming unstable in an accretion disk. The unstable gravity leads to the creation of another, smaller accretion disk inside of the first one, which in turn leads to the formation of two binary stars. Stars rarely form by themselves. In reality, it's believed that about half of all stars form with more than one star in their system. Binary stars can become what's known as contact binary stars by becoming so close to each other that they touch. These now touching stars can either be barely touching each other, or one star can essentially absorb the other, fully merging them together. So, how do astronomers find these kinds of stars? One way binary stars can be found is by using spectroscopy. Stars are placed into different spectral types based on their spectral lines. Sometimes, stars that were thought to be a singular star show spectral lines for two or more stars. This other method for seeing binary stars is a bit more rare to see. If a set of binary stars are at the exact right angle from us here on Earth, we can see them eclipse each other. We see this by watching their light curve dip down as the stars eclipse each other during their orbits. Another method for finding binary stars is just simply being seen by using a telescope. Not all binary stars can be found this way. When this is the case, that binary star is called a visual binary. Are there any binary stars that you may know about or are important to the history of astronomy? Yes, there are. Sirius, which is seen prominently in Canis Major and is the brightest star in our sky, is a binary star system. Sirius B is an 8th magnitude star and was also the first white dwarf ever discovered. Procyon is the 8th brightest star in our sky. It resides in Canis Minor and is the brightest star in that constellation. Procyon A is a white main sequence star, while Procyon B is a faint white dwarf star. Procyon B is about 15,000 times fainter than Procyon A. 61 Cygni is known for having a large proper motion. 61 Cygni A and B orbit each other with a distance of about 86 astronomical units. Both 61 Cygni A and B are orange-red stars that reside in the main sequence. We've talked about what binary stars are, as well as how they are formed and how astronomers find them up in the sky. I hope you've learned something useful, and have a great day.